What is up, you bunch of savages? Savage Mister here, and I am going to attempt today to take my old camera before I bought this one. This one I used to vlog with, and Cheese and Monkey have been talking about wanting to do like ghost hunt videos. It's hard to find a night vision camera that's decent. I have this one right there. It's night vision, but it's standard def, and anyway, it's not that great quality. So I'm going to see about taking the IR filter out of this one and making it a night vision camera, essentially, or an IR camera, so it will see an infrared light, have some infrared lamps that we can bring along, and if we ever do any ghost hunts, we could use this. So let's get to it. Let's see if we can figure this out. Alright, I bought myself this tool online. Let's find one of the screws. This one right there. This thing is small enough to do the job. So there's a few screws. There's that one. Then there's this one here. I like it. It turns pretty freely as well. There's two on either side of this. There's another one under there. Two under here. I'm not sure how many I've got to take off yet. I'm going to figure it out. These are different sizes. I'm going to have to keep track of where they belong. Looks like it should also be bigger, longer, and uncut. That's a movie. Joking. I think that's it. So, I've got all the screws off now. Need to just remove taking off the back, you still got to take the screen off, which is separate apparently. Alright, there is a thing here. I have to watch touching this stuff. There's a lot of ribbon stuff going on here. Oh no, there's another thing. Oh gosh, it's just getting worse. So I'm gonna have to take off this as well. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 more screws. What a pain in the old butt. This should come off now with hopefully with no problem. There is still another plate under there. My gosh, too much. Hopefully with not much of a problem. There we go. I think we finally got in there. I think we're finally in it. So, here's these 1, 2, 3 screws here that need to come up, and the IR filter should be right under there. This has some kind of a plasticky, I think it's stuff they use to see if you've tampered with it. Piece of hair, which is not great to have. No, it's not mine, I don't have any hair. Need like melted plastic to hold it down. Alright, well, there it is. I believe the chip is here. The filter should be right there. Okay, so I'm going to pull this back. This is sensor, and that's where the IR filter is there. So, alright, so like I said, this is where the sensor is here. And then down there is where the filter is with the rubber bit around it that I've got to get off. So I am going to attempt to take off that rubber bit there, but I'm going to have to put the camera back up on its tripod, I think. Take off that rubber piece there. I'll try to put it back in place. After I take out that, there's the filter right there. Piece of glass that filters out infrared light. Alright, let's take that away, put it over to the side here, and I guess I don't need to, but I see people putting film back in this, but I'm just going to put it back as is. They're putting like film pieces in there, like replacing it back with parts that fit the same size that are provide some kind of a filter. I don't really know, but I've seen other people do it without putting anything back, so that's what I'm going to do. No filter at all. Put the sensor back where it belongs. Put it back together. that part's boring, so I'll show you that. Show you after it's all done. So it's all back together. Put the muff back on top. It is ready for infrared light. To double check it, let's turn it on. Let's put the battery in first. Whenever I get an infrared light, we can, I like to charge one of my infrared lights up. You can see how it's got that purpley look that the Okay, bad news. Whenever I took out the IR filter, you can't focus now. If I zoom all the way in, it sort of will focus on things, but only things at a certain distance. Or if it's zoomed all the way out, like normal, it will only do macro, focus on things close up. But I will go ahead and show you. It does, as you can see, it's kind of pinky looking. It does actually see an IR light. I am in the garage and it's completely dark. I have an IR light here I'm about to turn on. And you'll know when it comes on. Here it comes. And it's a small light with only like 16 lights. It's looking through across the whole garage. So you can see that it does work. Again, I'm in complete darkness here. Let's see if you can see me. I think the light's going out. Oh, the light's dying. There it went. Well, that sucked. Can you see me now? As you can see, that was somewhat of a fail. Not a complete fail, because after taking it apart and putting it back together, it still works. That's a bonus for me. Okay, so the reason why it sort of failed is that some cameras use the sensor only. Apparently, I've learned a bit about this researching it as to why it's blurry and won't focus. It will not focus. Anyway, some cameras use the sensor only to focus, or for focus. And with this particular one, it uses that, like that glass as a focal point. So with that removed, with this filter removed, there's nothing there. They call this a hot mirror, I believe. Anyway, there's nothing there to use as a focal point, so that's why I can't focus. So need a piece of glass. Who knew? Now I know. I've seen where there are some people that are taking, you can see that kind of showing pink. They are taking some kind of abrasive, some kind of a cream. I'll have to look into it more. I might be able to alter this. And some kind of fine sandpaper, and taking off the bit that has the part that filters out the infrared light, and turning it into basically a piece of glass, I think, if that's true. And I'll look into that. Also, I've seen where you can buy a piece of glass exactly this size, just clear glass. They call it full spectrum glass or whatever. So it sees infrared light and UV light and everything for like $100. So that's a bit much. I don't want to pay for $100 for a piece of glass that small. But it would be cool to turn this thing into a fully functional night vision camera, so we can do ghost hunts and that kind of thing. So if any of you know of any place I can get a piece of glass cut to this exact dimensions, these exact dimensions, let me know. Any help would be appreciated. But until then, so I'm going to leave it, and I'll keep you posted as what's happening with it, because the kids and I are wanting to do some ghost hunting stuff. It'd be kind of fun. I used to, like I said, I had the Phantom Finders channel. I tried to do something with it, but did nothing. I've even got one of these old EMF meter here. Every ghost hunter needs that. So I'm gonna go. I'll see y'all later, and y'all stay savage.